two reasons why you're not seeing the traction, the results, the job offers, the result that you want. Two reasons why you're not seeing that consistently. So I'll use one of my own examples too, because I've been through both of these. So the first reason is because you're working on the wrong things that are not producing results, and you're not evaluating the things that are working and are not working. So my example comes to mind. There was a long time ago in my business where I was writing a lot of emails, but I wasn't putting intention into the emails. I wasn't writing them. I wasn't evaluating them. I wasn't seeing what was resonating, what wasn't resonating. I was just kind of copying and writing, like trying to jumble something together and just get as many emails out as I thought I could, because I thought that was going to create the result. And that's what many people do in their job hunt. They just throw in as many applications as they think they can, and they think that they need to be spending all day doing applications. And in my case, I thought I needed to spend all day writing emails. And the results I got, well, I got results, but they weren't the results I wanted, right? So you might be getting a mishmash of being ghosted or rejected, or just not getting, not getting quality responses for interviews. And what I was getting was people unsubscribing and people saying, this was negative and I like you, but I don't want to follow you because your titles are very negative. So anyways, the thing I learned there was that the quality of my work wasn't high. Like, it wasn't producing the results I wanted. And so my brain was telling me that it was quantity that was going to produce it, right? And so now I still send quite a few emails out, but they're much more intentional and they produce actual results. They're very precise. So I'll point out a specific problem a client had, or a specific story that I think someone could resonate with, or that I know someone has resonated with before, and I will put it into an email, and I will put that together in a very thoughtful, intentional way. And it will produce the result of having people reaching out to me asking about my program or how to work with me, right? But when I was doing just for volume's sake, I was just sending out emails for the sake of sending out emails because my brain was telling me, the more you send out, the better results you'll get. That wasn't working. So the lesson here is it's working hard, but not just working hard on anything, working hard on very specific intentional things that produce results. So I have a client just recently. She has a very good superpower for authenticity. When she looks at something and she really connects with it, she really connects with an organization or with a person online, she has a really good way of connecting authentically with them and using words and energy that will most likely elicit a response from this person, from this organization, from this cause, or whatever it is that she's looking at, that she is interested in being a part of, right? And so when we narrow that down, we can say, okay, it took her about an hour or 2 hours to make that connection, and that resulted in an interview, or it resulted in something meaningful towards her goal, right? Just like if I put time and effort into intentionally crafting something that identifies a problem very clearly and a solution very clearly, that somebody is going to see that and be like, that is exactly me. I need to ask you some more questions, or I need to work with you, or I need to get in touch with you and figure out how you can help me further, right? But what a lot of people are doing is they're in that trap that I was in. They're like, I just need to do work. I just need to sit down and do as many applications as I can do. And I need to get through as many things as I can get through, because that's what's going to give me the highest chances of producing results, right? And it's like, if you can do really intentional, focused work for a long period of time, then that is going to get you a result. But if the way that you're using your time isn't focused, and it isn't intentional, and it isn't using all the things you have, the failures you've already had, if you haven't put into play specifically what didn't work the last time, what are you going to do differently this time, and like what is your belief level that this next thing is going to work, then it's wasted time, and you're just running on a treadmill. Basically, you're not going anywhere, right? You're putting in effort, but you're not going anywhere. So that's problem number one, is working hard on the wrong things in the wrong way, thinking that you are working hard and that that should be working. That should be enough to create results, but it isn't. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second reason might not have your results yet is because you think that when something fails, you think it's a big deal. You make a big kind of emotional soup and you stir in it about how unfortunate that fail was, right? How unfortunate the rejection was, how painful it might have been, um how uncomfortable it is, right? And so when that happens, because that happens to everybody, when something doesn't work, the way you respond in that moment, the way that you get in the habit of responding to things that are not working out is going to create your fuel forward, or it's going to create a standstill. And those standstills are what stall your results. So most people, they don't develop mental resilience in the face of that. And so they don't move quickly towards their results because they can't kind of get their mental brain back up, right? It's kind of like your emotions fell down, they're sad, they're disappointed, and it takes a lot of effort to get those emotions back up, facing forward, standing straight, and being like, okay, I'm ready to go again, right? It takes a lot. So when you're trained to do that, and when you're processing emotions through and you're learning the information that they're giving you and you're using them to make you stronger, then you get back up very quickly and you are proceeding in the direction that you want to go and you get the result that you want to get and you become the person who produces results. So when you're putting in work, you are producing results. And then when you have a setback or when something doesn't work out, you don't spend time in the, oh, I'm exhausted. I put in so much time and that didn't work out and it should have worked out and that should have worked. And you don't spend time there. You just start to say, okay, what's next? What did I need to do that I didn't do? What do I need to say that I didn't say? What did I need to communicate that I didn't communicate? You start becoming what my coach calls a bloodhound for solutions. And you start to become that person who solves. And then you're just too busy in the solving and in the curiosity mind to be wallowing in any kind of self-pity or any kind of feeling sorry for yourself or any kind of coddling of yourself to say, oh, it's okay. I'll just take a break now. I don't need to do this. Like you're just too busy in the solving and the moving forward of it. So those are the two things. When you're working on things that produce actual results. And second, when things don't go the way that you planned or you don't get the result, you get busy in the solving of the problems. And in the next video, I'll talk about identifying problems very specifically as things that you can do something about, like the way that we identify problems is also huge in the way that we create success. And those are the two things. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment wherever you're watching this, and I will see you in the next video.